So good morning, everyone. We'd like to welcome you on behalf of Mayor Rajay Baraka, Deputy Mayor Bayadolfo Wilson, with respect to this wonderful and historic groundbreaking event. If you could all please have a seat, we greatly appreciate it. My name is Carmelo Garcia. I'll be serving as the MC. I'm the Chief Real Estate Officer and EVP for the Community Economic Development Corporation, and we're honored to be a part of this ceremonial event, which will be leading a transformative and anchor project here in the heart of the South Ward. I'd like to acknowledge a few people that are with us. Of course, we have our Council President, Mildred Crump. We have Councilman Luis Quintana. Our freeholder and Chairman of the Planning Board, Wayne Richardson. And it gives me the distinct honor to acknowledge my former colleague, someone who is a champion and an amazing force here for the city of Newark and in the state legislature, Assemblywoman Tucker. I'd like to ask her to come up and say a few words. Yes, and also I'd be remiss, Assemblywoman Bonnie Watson.
Good afternoon. This is a very proud day for me and to be here today for the groundbreaking of this awesome building that's going to come here on this site. My son has been working very hard to make sure that we bring affordable housing and a community service center here in the South Ward. He was born and raised right here in the mighty South Ward. And I'm so proud that he wants to continue to provide and take part of the South Ward. We just so proud that he's moving from 953 Bergen Street down to 1041. So I guess we're moving on up on the east side. But instead of the east side, it's the south side. I'm just so proud of him and all the things that he's involved in all his endeavors. I want him to keep up the good work. And he's always loved Newark and the people of Newark and the mighty South Ward.
Thank you, Assemblywoman. And of course, this project is in line with the mayor's vision of continuously having catalytic projects that will create wealth for the city of Newark and continue to improve the commercial corridors. As we know, Bergen Street is a main artery to the heart of the South. And so it is imperative that we at the CEDC, along with EHD, continue to support and advance these amazing projects. And I'd like to just give a shout out to someone who was instrumental in helping with this project at the EHD Housing and Finance Office, Director Julio Colon. And this project will be, again, an amazing 42-unit, two-phased building with a community center that will definitely transform this area and continue to enhance the critical assets and provide the resources that it needs to flourish and make this the best it could be in the South Ward. And so, without further ado, I'd like to ask the individual who is an amazing entrepreneur, has become a distinct redeveloper in the city of Newark, Kaburi Tucker, to come up and say a few words. Kaburi Tucker.
Thank you, Carmelo. First, let me just say that, I'm so thankful that everybody came out today. This has been a long road, 6.5 years it took for us to even get to this point. So, when I say that, this is a happy day for me, this is definitely a happy day for me. I've heard all of the, why Newark, why the South Ward, and, why Bergen Street. And, my answer has always been the same. Why not, right? I believe that we deserve the same type of housing and commercial spaces that we see in other places, across New Jersey. We don't have to go to Montclair and Edgewater all the time, to have a good time. We're trying to create that here in our own community, the community that I was born and raised in, the streets that I ran across, the city that I've seen the best and the worst in. So it's time for us to be able to realize the good when the good comes. You know, we've been around for some of the worst times in this city, and now we're here for some of the best times. And I would like to first start by thanking my partners. If you could stand up, because without these guys, this project would have never happened. Mike Henderson, Craig Livingston, and Kenneth Lamore. Also, my lawyer, Jennifer Carrillo, I see you over there hiding. Also, everybody in the city of Newark, especially the city council. We have two representatives here, Mildred Crump, president, and my second mother, the councilman at large, Louis Quintana, who always calls me his nephew, and Wayne Richardson, who actually was in the beginning of this project, on me about making sure that we get it done. And every year he pushed and pushed and pushed, and now we're here at the groundbreaking. Lastly, I want to thank somebody who has been instrumental in the whole transformation of this city. Somebody whose vision has kind of like become part of our veins, right? Somebody who we believe in, somebody who we look up to, somebody who, when he speaks for all of us. This man doesn't know it, but he's the reason that this project got started. It started from a story that we were talking about. You know, back in the day when Bergen Street was lined with furriers and, all these beautiful stores and apartments, just conversation. And I remember, when he was running for a particular office, he started talking about believing in Newark. He started talking about believing in yourself, believing that you had the ability to create, believe that you can do it, the people in this city. So I took that to heart, and I'll tell you a quick story. There was another developer that was trying to acquire this property because he saw the architectural designs that we had done. This is at the time before I was even thinking about building. And this was before the mayor actually gave that speech. So the developer was, trying to get in touch with me, trying to reach out. And the mayor said, why are you not getting back to this guy? And I said, well, you just gave a speech that said, we have to start believing in ourselves, we have to start believing in this city, and we have to start believing that we can do it. So I took that opportunity to go out on my own and try to make this happen. And 6 years later, I'm thankful to say that today we break ground on Tucker View Apartments, 2 buildings, phase 1 here and phase 2 at the other side. Also want to thank my mom. She's been like, my backbone. I wish my father was here today, but I'm wearing his pin. It says Donald Tucker in his memory just to make sure that he's always close to me. I know he's looking down and he's proud of what we've done. Not only me, but just this whole city in a whole. Also want to just give a quick shout out to my fiance and wife-to-be. Thursday we get married. And her family too for coming up, and I appreciate all of you. And lastly, I just want to thank Newark, because Newark has given me everything. From the bad to the good, Newark has given me everything. Newark has taught me that at this moment, it takes a lot of work, hard work, and dedication to get here. Without being in Newark, without coming up in Newark, I probably would have gave up on this project a long time ago. It died 1,000 deaths, I'm telling you. It died 1,000 deaths, but because of that perseverance that I've learned in this city, we're standing here today. So thank you again. I appreciate you all. I love this city, and I appreciate everybody for coming out.
That's an inspiring story, as the mayor is always empowering us, to make a difference, and we appreciate him wholeheartedly. I'd like to ask President Mildred Crump to say a few words, a champion and pioneer within the city of Newark. Please welcome Mildred Crump.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't want to be redundant, but I'm going to be. Oh, happy day. The Assemblywoman birthed him, but I'm his second mother. I remember the first time I saw him. It was as cute as a button. And there was an instant for me, an instant connection with this young man. I need to say that I never doubted. I never doubted, no matter what, that he was going to be somebody and he was going to do for this community. I love him to life, and there is nothing he can do about it. Certainly, hi, fiance. I can't wait till Thursday You know, I'm looking forward to it. Certainly to the mayor, who has been a strong anchor in this community for what is taking place today. To my colleague, Councilman Quintana, who was like a brother to Donald Tucker, and certainly to my dear friend and freeholder, who is in the mix, along with our assemblywoman, in the mix. And so today is a great day for the city of Newark. Number one, your father is looking down, and he is applauding. Somebody should be applauding by now. Donald is looking down. He had high expectations for you, and on this day, you have brought them to fruition. As I take my seat, I'm going to put upon you a mantle of responsibility. And I said this to someone this morning, that you represent the best that the city of Newark has in terms of young men who are determined to restore this community to its full glory. And so thank you. You thanked us, but we thank you for not giving up. And happy to see the mayor. I got to say that he's been running all day, poor thing, you know. But he's in this mix as well. God bless you, my dear. Keep on up. Keep on moving up higher.
We're so excited each day and very motivated, and I'd be remiss, another brother, an amazing councilman who's joining us. Councilman Anibal Ramos, please, big round of applause. So each day it is an honor for me and our team, as the mayor assembles an all-star team, to really drive us to accomplish his vision and continuously give us the support that we need for hard work to be given back to the city of Newark to get his goals accomplished. And it is with great honor that we drive the community wealth building motto, which is his always, mantra, commitment, principle about how we got to give back in creating wealth for Newarkers and making sure that the wealth stays here in the great city. So this redeveloper in Kiburi Tucker doing this is a prime example of what the mayor inspires and empowers. So without further ado, I have the great honor of introducing our mayor, Ras J. Baraka.
I know Assemblywoman Tucker is going through a lot of emotions over there. I was sitting next to her, she's going through a lot of emotions over here, and it's a great opportunity. It's good to see the council here, freeholder, Councilman Quintana, Mildred Crump. You said Carlos, where? Oh, Carlos Gonzalez here, and Councilman Ramos from the North Ward. It's good because we beginning to see that all of the city is connected, and that all of us are a part of the growth, not just in the South Ward, but in the North and throughout the city. Wherever we are, wherever there's development in the city, it benefits all of us, and it's a great thing to see our city come together like that. And it hasn't been that way in a very, very, very long time. So I'm incredibly appreciative of it, and I just want to thank, Kiburi and the rest of his partners from Tuckerview and making this thing happen, and, this is incredible. For me, this is my neighborhood. I actually live 4 blocks to the left from here on Shear Avenue, so I have to come on Bergen Street all the time and drive back and forth and think to myself what it used to be. Because I know some people know what Bergen Street used to be. And they know when we first had those Bergen Street festivals back in the days, how beautiful it was, all of the stores that were here, the furriers, as Kiburi mentioned, bookstores, all kinds of things up and down Bergen Street. As a matter of fact, you didn't have to go downtown because you could actually shop right here on Bergen Street to get what you needed. This community can support development, can support this kind of development in this area. It absolutely has the families, has the homes, has the income, has the density, has the folks to support property up and down this block. the narrative of this neighborhood is always something that is, which is what is not. You know, the narrative is always negative. The narrative is always about, you know, every time something bad happens in this community, happens in the Week Wake section, happens in the South Ward, that is the thing that always goes out. But today, we get to tell a different story, right? We get to tell a story about a homegrown young man whose family has always been involved in the community, in the fabric of this city, who decided on his own to make a difference in his own neighborhood, in his own community, who said, I'm going to not be a part of a project, I'm going to start the project myself. And I go around many, many times trying to encourage people to do just that. And I had a meeting the other day trying to encourage folks to start their own businesses, to participate in city contracts, to buy property, to do something in your own neighborhood. And there was somebody who responded negatively. They said, well, we can, you know those guys can't qualify for that stuff. You're giving them false hope. But hope has never been false, right? You know, at the end of the day, when you give people hope, when you give them the confidence, when you give them the idea to believe in themselves, then they run with it and take it on their own, and then you get what we get to today. 6 years of blood, sweat, and tears put into this project without giving up. A lot of snafus, a lot of obstacles, but getting over that, getting around that, not whining, not crying, staying, hanging in there, and making sure this saw this all the way to the end. So I'm incredibly proud of you. I'm proud of all of the partners that are involved in this and everybody that NCEDC and EHD for making this happen. Jennifer Carrillo over there who helped you, the richest lawyer in the city. For putting this, taking this over. And I see my friend from Jersey City, Mayor Steve Fulop, here with us today. Just have to give you a shout out. We brought all of the folks out today. This is like a downtown project here, man. You know, this is like downtown, but you know what? It will be like downtown. And if we stay at it, it'll be better than downtown. So congratulations to you, man. I wish you the best, you know that. And, you know, thank you to everybody that participated in making this happen today.
So we're going to gather for the groundbreaking. Also, just special shout out to former Senator Torricelli, who's here as well. Great to have you.